Hey there, everyone. It's Gigi's Sober Son. January 19th. On the foundation of sobriety, we can build a life of honesty, unselfishness, faith in God, and love of our fellow human beings. We'll never fully reach these goals, but the adventure of building that kind of a life is so much better than the merry-go-round of our old drinking life. And there's no comparison. There is no comparison. We come into AA to get sober, but if we stay long enough, we learn a new way of living. We become honest with ourselves and with other people. We learn to think more about others and less about ourselves. And we learn to rely on the constant help of a higher power. Am I living the way of honesty, unselfishness, and faith? Meditation for the day. I believe that God had already seen my heart's needs before I cried to Him, before I was conscious of those needs myself. I believe that God was already preparing the answer. God does not have to be petitioned with sighs and tears and much speaking before He reluctantly looses the desired help. He has already anticipated my every want and need. I will try to see this as His plans unfold in my life. That's good. I like that. And that can help people overcome, that notion can help people overcome that, you got to be just so full of contrition before God will help, and much weeping and moaning and begging. God knows what you need, and He just wants you to come. Just turn to Him. That's all. And He'll release what you need, especially the strength, peace, and serenity it takes to get and stay sober and happy about it. That's the main thing. If we're going to ask God, beg God to forgive us, and, we're not responsible for the thoughts that come into our head, but we are responsible with what we do with them. If we stuff them down, or if we try to, shift gears and use some other means to cope with the things that come into our mind, then we're just shifting addictions. We're just, as they say, changing deck chairs on the Titanic, I'm still going down. But I like that idea of God anticipates, He knows the pain we're in. He just wants us to come to Him, and He'll give us what we need. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may understand my real wants and needs. I pray that my understanding of those needs and wants may help to bring the answer to them. I don't necessarily always have to understand God or how God is going to do things. And in fact, sometimes it gets me into trouble when I try to anticipate what God's going to do. And, that's like saying I have to understand electricity in order for it to work. Or I have to understand electricity before I allow myself to use it. That doesn't make sense. Most of us don't know anything about electricity except when we flip on the light switch, lights come on. If we hit the power button on our computer, the computer comes on. So we don't mind that kind of dependence. So basically, that's a good analogy for how it's just obvious that's proper use of our will is to seek God's will in everything, no matter what we're dealing with, even in and especially when things are going good, being full of gratitude and praise to God for the good times. That's humility. So keep coming back. Look up, aim up, rise up. Love y'all.